Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Podcast. I'm Connor, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Linda.
Hi, Connor. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today because we're going to talk about something that affects all of us every single day.
That's right. Today's topic is technology in daily life, and I think this is something everyone can relate to because technology is absolutely everywhere now.
It really is. I mean, just this morning, I woke up to my phone alarm, checked my messages before even getting out of bed, and then asked my smart speaker to tell me the weather forecast.
See, that's a perfect example right there. You used at least 3 different pieces of technology before you even had breakfast. That's how integrated technology has become in our daily routines.
Absolutely. And it's funny because we don't even think about it anymore. These things have become so normal that we barely notice we're using technology constantly throughout the day.
That's so true. I remember when having a computer at home was a big deal, and now we carry computers in our pockets that are more powerful than what we had back then.
Our smartphones are incredible when you think about it. They're not just phones anymore. They're cameras, music players, GPS devices, banking tools, and so much more all in one device.
Exactly. So, Linda, let me ask you this. What piece of technology do you think has changed your daily life the most?
Oh, that's a tough question because there are so many. But I'd have to say my smartphone is probably the most impactful. I use it for literally everything from communication to navigation to entertainment.
I think most people would agree with you on that. Smartphones have revolutionized how we live. What about specific apps or features on your phone that you couldn't live without?
Well, messaging apps are huge for me. I stay in touch with friends and family through various messaging platforms, and it's so convenient because I can send a quick text, a voice message, or even a video call depending on what I need.
The variety of communication options is amazing, and it's instant. You can reach someone on the other side of the world in seconds. That would have seemed like science fiction not too long ago.
Right, and speaking of communication, social media has completely changed how we connect with people and share information. What's your relationship with social media like, Connor?
I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, to be honest. On one hand, it's great for staying updated with friends and discovering interesting content. On the other hand, it can be quite time-consuming and sometimes overwhelming.
I completely understand that feeling. It's so easy to open an app just to check one thing, and then suddenly you've been scrolling for 30 minutes without realizing it.
Exactly. That's one of the challenges with technology in daily life. It's designed to be engaging and keep our attention, which can sometimes lead to spending more time on it than we intended.
That's true, but let's talk about some of the really positive ways technology has improved our daily lives. For instance, online shopping has made life so much more convenient.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when you had to physically go to multiple stores to compare prices or find what you wanted. Now you can browse hundreds of options from your couch and have things delivered to your door.
And the delivery speed nowadays is incredible. Some places offer same-day delivery or even delivery within a couple of hours. It's almost hard to believe how fast things move now.
It really is. And it's not just physical products either. We can order food delivery through apps, which has completely changed how people eat, especially in cities.
Yes, food delivery apps have become so popular. You can browse menus from dozens of restaurants, see reviews, track your order in real time, and have a hot meal at your door without leaving home.
It's incredibly convenient, though I do sometimes worry that it's made us a bit too reliant on convenience. There's something to be said for going out to restaurants or cooking at home.
That's a fair point. Technology gives us more options, but we need to make conscious choices about when to use it and when to do things the traditional way. Balance is important.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about how technology has changed the way we work. Remote work has become so much more common, especially in recent years, and it's all thanks to technology.
Oh, yes, this is a huge topic. Video conferencing tools, cloud storage, project management software, all of these things have made it possible for people to work from anywhere.
I have friends who work completely remotely and they travel while working. They might be in a different country every month, but they can still do their job effectively because of technology.
That level of flexibility would have been impossible before. And even for people who don't travel, being able to work from home sometimes can really improve work-life balance.
Absolutely. Though I think it also comes with challenges. When your work is accessible from your phone or laptop anywhere, it can be hard to disconnect and truly have personal time.
That's such an important point. Technology has blurred the lines between work time and personal time. You might get work emails at 8 in the evening or on weekends, and there's this expectation that you should respond quickly.
Right, and that's something we need to be mindful of. Just because we can be connected all the time doesn't mean we should be. Setting boundaries is important for our well-being.
Definitely agree with that. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about entertainment. Technology has completely transformed how we consume entertainment, hasn't it?
Oh, wow, yes. Streaming services have changed everything. We went from having to watch shows at specific times when they aired on TV to being able to watch anything we want, anytime we want.
And not just TV shows and movies. Music streaming has done the same thing. We have access to millions of songs instantly instead of having to buy individual albums or songs.
I still remember buying CDs and having a physical music collection. Now everything is digital and accessible through a subscription service. It's so much more convenient, but I do sometimes miss the tangible aspect of it.
I know what you mean. There was something special about having a physical collection, but the convenience and variety we have now is hard to argue with. You can discover new music so easily.
That's true. Recommendation algorithms have actually introduced me to a lot of music and shows I probably never would have found otherwise. The technology learns what you like and suggests similar things.
Yes, those algorithms are fascinating. They're used everywhere now, from suggesting what to watch next, to showing you products you might want to buy, to curating your social media feed.
It's powerful technology, but it also raises some questions about privacy and data collection. These systems need to collect information about us to make recommendations, which makes some people uncomfortable.
That's definitely a concern many people have. We're constantly generating data through our technology use, and companies collect that data. It's important to be informed users and understand what we're agreeing to when we use various services and apps.
Absolutely. Good point. Let's talk about another way technology affects our daily lives. Navigation and maps apps have completely changed how we get around. I barely remember how to read a paper map anymore.
Same here. GPS navigation is one of those technologies that's so useful. I can't imagine going back to how things were before. Getting lost used to be a much bigger problem.
Right. And it's not just about finding addresses. These apps show you real-time traffic conditions, suggest alternate routes, tell you when your bus or train is arriving, and so much more.
Right, and apps for ride-sharing services have changed urban transportation. You can request a ride from your phone and track exactly where the driver is and when they'll arrive.
Public transportation has benefited from technology too. Many cities have apps where you can buy tickets, check schedules, and get real-time updates about delays or changes.
All of this makes getting around so much easier and less stressful. You have information at your fingertips that helps you make better decisions about how and when to travel.
Absolutely. Now, what about smart home technology? This is an area that's really growing. Do you have any smart home devices, Connor? I have a few basic ones. I have smart lights that I can control from my phone and a smart thermostat that learns my temperature preferences and adjusts automatically.
What about you? I have a smart speaker that I use quite a lot. I can ask it questions, set timers while I'm cooking, play music, control other devices, and even tells me jokes sometimes.
Voice assistants are really interesting technology. It feels very futuristic to just speak out loud and have a device respond and do things for you.
It does, and smart home technology can be really helpful for certain people, like elderly individuals who might have difficulty using traditional controls, or people with disabilities.
That's an excellent point. Technology can be very empowering and improve quality of life for people who face various challenges. Accessibility features in general have come a long way.
Definitely. Let's talk about health and fitness technology. Smartwatches and fitness trackers have become really popular. Do you use anything like that, Connor?
I have a fitness tracker that monitors my steps, heart rate, and sleep patterns. It's interesting to see the data, and it does motivate me to move more throughout the day.
I have one too. I like that it reminds me to stand up and move if I've been sitting too long. It's easy to get absorbed in work and forget to take breaks.
And there are apps for everything health-related now. Meditation apps, workout apps, nutrition tracking apps, apps that remind you to drink water.
Technology can really support healthier habits if you use it intentionally.
That's key though, isn't it? Using it intentionally. There are so many health apps available, but you need to find what actually works for you and helps you reach your goals. Exactly. Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it's most effective when you use it with purpose and awareness. It's not magical on its own.
Well said. What about online learning and education technology? This is another area where technology has had a massive impact on daily life.
Oh, this is huge. People can learn almost anything online now. There are video tutorials for practical skills, online courses from universities, language learning apps like What Helps Our Listeners, and so much more.
And you can learn at your own pace, on your own schedule. You're not limited to what's offered in your local area or at specific times. The access to knowledge is unprecedented.
It's democratized education in many ways. Of course, not everyone has equal access to technology and internet, which is something we need to address as a society, but for those who do have access, the opportunities are incredible.
That's an important caveat. The digital divide is real, and we should remember that not everyone experiences technology and daily life the same way. Access and affordability are still barriers for many people.
Absolutely. We should always keep that in mind when we're discussing technology. Our experience might be very different than someone else's, depending on where they live and their economic situation.
Good point. Let's talk about how technology affects our relationships and social interactions. This is a complex topic because technology both helps us connect and can sometimes create distance.
It's definitely complicated. On one hand, I can video call my parents who live in another country and see their faces while we talk. That's amazing and keeps us close despite the distance.
Right. Technology can maintain relationships across long distances and help us stay in touch with people we care about. But on the other hand, have you noticed how some people are on their phones even when they're physically together?
Yes, I've definitely noticed that. It's become common to see a group of friends sitting together, but everyone is looking at their phone instead of talking to each other.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it? We have all this communication technology, but sometimes it seems to interfere with face-to-face communication. People might be more focused on their online interactions than the person sitting right next to them.
That's something worth being mindful of. I try to put my phone away when I'm spending time with friends or family so I can be fully present. It's a conscious effort, though, because phones are so attention-grabbing.
It definitely takes conscious effort. And with young people growing up with technology everywhere, I wonder how it's shaping their social skills and relationships. They're growing up in a very different world than previous generations.
That's true. Kids today are digital natives in a way that even we aren't. They've never known a world without smartphones and internet. That must shape how they see the world and interact with others.
It will be interesting to see the long-term effects. But I think every generation worries about how new technology will affect young people. People worried about TV, about video games, and now about smartphones and social media.
That's a fair point. New technology always brings changes and concerns. Some of those concerns are valid, and some turn out to be overblown. Time will tell.
True. Now let's talk about something fun. How has technology changed hobbies and creative pursuits? There are so many new possibilities now.
Oh, this is interesting. Photography is a great example. Digital cameras, and especially smartphone cameras, have made photography accessible to everyone. You don't need expensive equipment to take great photos anymore.
And you can edit photos right on your phone with apps. You can adjust colors, add filters, crop, and do all sorts of things that used to require specialized software and skills.
Right. And then you can instantly share those photos with friends or on social media. The whole process from taking a photo to sharing it with the world takes seconds.
And what about other creative hobbies? Music production has been transformed by technology too. You can create entire songs on a laptop or even a tablet now.
Yes,
Digital audio workstations and music production apps have made it possible for people to make professional-sounding music from their bedroom. You don't need a recording studio anymore.
And platforms like YouTube and streaming services mean independent artists can share their music directly with audiences without needing a record label. Technology has really democratized creative industries.
Writing and blogging are other examples. Anyone can start a blog or publish their writing online. You don't need a publisher to get your words out into the world.
Though I suppose the challenge now is standing out among all the content that's being created. There's so much competition for attention online.
That's very true. Technology has lowered the barriers to entry for creative pursuits, but it's also created a very crowded marketplace. Quality and finding your audience are still important.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about banking and financial technology. This is another area of daily life that's been completely transformed. When was the last time you went into a physical bank, Connor?
Wow, I honestly can't remember. I do almost everything through my banking app now. I can check my balance, transfer money, pay bills, deposit checks by taking a photo, all from my phone.
Same here, and payment technology has changed so much too. Contactless payments, digital wallets, peer-to-peer payment apps, everything is becoming cashless.
I rarely carry cash anymore. I can tap my phone or card to pay for almost everything. It's faster and more convenient than handling cash and making change.
Though there are some concerns about a completely cashless society. Some people prefer cash for privacy reasons, and not all merchants accept digital payments, especially small businesses.
Good points. And older generations who aren't as comfortable with technology might find all these changes challenging. We need to make sure financial systems remain accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. Technology should enhance life for everyone, not create new barriers or exclude people. Okay, let's talk about something that's been on everyone's mind lately, artificial intelligence and how it's entering our daily lives.
Ooh, this is a big topic. AI is already all around us, even if we don't always realize it. Those recommendation algorithms we mentioned earlier, voice assistants, even predictive text on your phone, all of that uses AI.
And it's developing so rapidly. AI can now generate images, write text, compose music, and do all sorts of things that seemed impossible just a few years ago.
It's exciting, but also a bit uncertain. Nobody knows exactly how AI will change work and daily life in the coming years. Some jobs might be automated, while new jobs will be created.
That's true. Change can be unsettling, but it's also been a constant throughout human history. We adapt and find new ways of doing things. Technology creates new opportunities, even as it changes or eliminates old ways.
Well said. I think the key is staying informed and being willing to learn and adapt. Technology will keep evolving whether we like it or not, so we might as well embrace the opportunities it brings.
Exactly. And we should also think critically about technology. Just because we can use technology for something doesn't always mean we should. We need to consider the implications and make thoughtful choices.
That's a great point to emphasize. Technology is powerful, but it's ultimately a tool that humans control. We decide how to use it, when to use it, and what values guide our use of it.
Right. And on that note, what advice would you give to our listeners about navigating technology in their daily lives?
I'd say, first, don't be afraid of technology. It might seem overwhelming sometimes, but take it step by step. Learn one thing at a time, and gradually you'll become more comfortable.
That's great advice. I would add that it's important to set boundaries with technology. Decide when and where you'll use devices, take regular breaks from screens, and make time for offline activities and face-to-face interactions.
Yes, balance is so important. Technology should enhance your life, not dominate it. If you feel like technology is causing more stress than benefit, it's worth reevaluating how you're using it.
And I think it's valuable to regularly assess which technologies are actually useful to you. We don't need to use every new app or service that comes along. Choose what genuinely helps you.
Absolutely. Quality over quantity applies to technology too. A few well-chosen tools that you use effectively are better than dozens of apps that clutter your phone and your mind.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. Technology and daily life is such a broad topic, and we could probably talk about it for hours more.
We really could. It touches on so many aspects of modern life. I hope this conversation has given our listeners some things to think about regarding their own relationship with technology.
Me too, and I hope it's also given them some useful vocabulary and phrases for talking about technology in English.
Definitely. Technology vocabulary is so practical because it's something everyone encounters and discusses regularly.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Daily English Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone.
Yes, thank you for listening. We really appreciate you spending this time with us to improve your English and discuss interesting topics.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way, you'll never miss a new episode.
And please hit that like button. It helps us reach more English learners who can benefit from these conversations.
We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What technology do you use most in your daily life? How has technology changed things for you?
Great question. We really enjoy reading your comments and learning about your experiences. So please share your thoughts with us.
Until next time, keep practicing your English and using technology wisely.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Bye.